Hi, welcome to Unplugged with Eraldo and Daryn. We have a lot to cover today, so we better get started. Joining us later on the show is actor Chris Browning from the hit Amazon TV series Bosch. And we have pop culture expert Anthony Lario. Plus, great gift ideas for Mother's Day.
But first, we have the founder of Healthy Meals Supreme joining us to talk about ways to eat healthy on the go and to discuss the new keto line of food. Plus, Joe is going to share with us his nutritional calculator. Welcome,
What's up,
Joe.
Joe?
Hey, nice to
how you
have
doing?
you. Good
Nice
to
have
see
you
you.
again.
Great to be here.
I mean, my mouth is already salivating.
Yes, I
you
can
should
see-
know.
I see it,
He
yeah.
already had some dessert, but
I know.
but tell me about the nutritional calculator. Let's start with that. What
Sure.
is it?
With our original line that followed the Diabetes and Heart Association food guidelines, on the website now, as you pick your meals and put them into the cart,
Right.
you get a real-time nutritional calculator that tells you exactly what you're ordering.
Okay.
So you don't have to wait to see what's on the label.
Gotcha.
You can print it out, bring it to the doctor, the nutritionist, or the trainer, and you know exactly what you're going to be eating every day.
So for our viewers, tell us a little bit of Healthy Meal Supreme and what got you started with the company.
Sure, I became a diabetic 22 years ago,
Okay.
went on insulin, couldn't figure out how to do it, and it worked for me, and now I'm trying to give back and letting it work for other people.
Excellent.
Which is also why we brought out our new ketogenic line, Ketogenic Healthy Meal, and really it's true keto meals. It's not 50% good fat and low carbs,
Right.
it's 75 to 80% good fat,
Uh-huh.
and the low carb aspect to kick you into ketosis, supercharge your metabolism, and especially this time of year, help everybody to manage their weight.
I like to think of myself as 100% good fat, but
Yeah, absolutely.
But
110.
yeah, exactly. what does it mean to be in a state of ketosis?
Right.
Describe that for me.
Usually when we're eating carbs, we're burning glucose
Correct.
in the body. So when you deprive the body of glucose, it starts to break down the ketones and the liver gets in action, which is the reason for the high fat, breaking down
Got
the ketones, breaking down the fat, and so that's why it supercharges the metabolism. And also, I'm a diabetic. My personal results have been before a very roller coaster ride, even as much insulin as I would take.
Right.
Now, with the low carb aspect of the keto meals,
Okay.
it's a rock steady glucose.
Right.
I love it.
So you have the two diets. You have the keto diet here, and then you have the Mediterranean diet, correct? There?
Correct, yes.
All right, so what we have here in front of us, describe to us a little bit what we have here.
Oh, sure. And everything is better with feta cheese, pesto, and
Yes.
Kalamata olives,
Yes.
but that's chicken provençal. Grass-fed bacon meatloaf.
Whoa.
All right? And keto is grass-fed meats. This way you
Right.
get nature at its finest.
You can have bacon meatloaf on keto.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah, and
in.
are you in?
Peanut
Are you
butter?
in?
Sold.
Peanut
Yes.
butter, we're good.
We're getting to the nuts.
We're sold.
Right? But we have the sweet and sour veggie meatballs, certified vegan. And here, why don't you try the
All right.
shrimp,
Yeah, all right,
shrimp
this is why-
Creole
Give it a shot.
with
Go ahead, Daryn.
chorizo, and that's cauliflower rice. Only 8 grams of carb in that dish. And we're getting ready.
I'm doing
reviews
another
on
bite.
it.
I'm sorry.
That is,
Go for
wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
These are all one serving, right?
All one serving. It's once a week, no contracts. You order what you like. So it's totally customizable. Comes on a Thursday in an insulated box with ice packs.
Right.
You put it in the refrigerator. Your hardest decision is, do I have the bacon
Right.
meatloaf or do I
Decide
have
which
the
plate to
shrimp
have,
Creole?
right?
What a good problem to have. I'm in for that.
And what is this plate over here? This is the fish, right? It looks like
This
fish
is
to me.
southwestern salmon with
Okay.
brown rice and corn and beans. We have Aegean cod. All of our fish is wild caught, not farm raised. Real important,
Yep.
develops a taste. Lobster stuffed squid ink
Oh
ravioli.
my God, that looks amazing.
Almost like
Oh
Grandma
my
would
God.
make.
Almost, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, almost.
And then keto treats, which are so hard to make, but
Treats.
almond
Unbelievable.
coconut cluster, only 1 gram of net carb. Pecan pie cluster, and the drizzle with the chocolate,
Wow.
1 gram of carb. And those are our high protein brownies on our regular menu, 14 grams of protein per serving, and that's actually 1 serving right there.
I was going to ask, like, are all of these just one serving? What if I have 4 servings?
Then you have 4 servings.
I'm just trying to, stretch the limits
Right.
here, stretch the limits. So can people purchase keto as well as Mediterranean?
They can mix and match,
Okay.
and we have people who will order Mediterranean for one person and then keto for the other. So we're really into customer service, and
Right.
whatever the customer wants, we're inclusive. we're going to try and provide to the best of our abilities.
So tell us about this new facility that you have going on.
Yeah.
Huge, right?
It's 20,000 square foot.
Oh my God.
And we're starting construction on converting it over, and it should be done by the end of June in Piscataway, New
2019,
Jersey.
right?
2019. And then the next one is going to be on the West Coast in the third quarter. So
you're just
it's
expanding and
moving along.
building.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I had never really heard of the keto diet maybe up until a year or two ago. Like, why do you think that is? Like, what is the trend with it now?
why
And
it's so
it obviously
popular,
existed before, but why all of a sudden the popularity?
And with the keto diet, really, it's going back to 10,000 years the way
Right.
we used to eat, because we couldn't wait 90 days to cultivate a crop. It was you were in the bush and you heard something, and either that was dinner or you were dinner.
Right.
So it's getting back to our roots in eating those type of foods, and it just kicks in the metabolism. And really, it's just hacking our body for our own benefit and not at someone else's.
So where can people find more information on healthy meals?
Sure. Well, right now for the keto program, you can go on to Kickstarter because we just went live.
Right.
And so that'll be available there.
Congrats, yeah.
Thank you. And then on our website, healthymealsupreme.com, you can get the original program right now and access to nutritional calculator.
Joe, all the best to you,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Thank you so much.
Now I want lunch.
Yes,
I want
yes.
lunch,
Now
right?
I want lunch. Still to come, we have actor Chris Browning from the hit show Bosch.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining us via Skype from Los Angeles is TV and movie actor Chris Browning.
Everyone knows Chris from the hit Amazon TV show Bosch. Chris, thanks for taking the time from your busy schedule to join us today. Good to see you.
What's up, Chris? Woo!
Thank you.
Chris, can you tell us about your new character, Preston Borders, on Bosch? I feel like it elicits that type of, that reaction.
Yeah, well, Preston Borders is kind of the main pain in the butt for Harry Bosch this season. He, they base all the seasons on one of the books from Michael Connelly, and this was a book called Two Kinds of Truth. And Preston Borders was a guy that there I am. Ooh, wow, scary.
You're terrifying yourself
You're
right
terrifying
now?
yourself.
Yeah, I just gotta chill.
You just gotta chill. So, Chris, tell me, what made you decide to go into acting? Was it something you always wanted to do, or?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always wanted to be a part of this business. I thought I would be a screenwriter because I used to be horribly shy. And I kind of ended up in a theater school by accident. And I thought I could focus on screenwriting. And they're like, what are you talking about? This is a theater school. So kind of got made into an actor and found out that I was comfortable there. On stage was where I was comfortable, so it worked out nice.
You seem to
'Cause
play.
I could hide in that.
Sorry, I was going to say you seem to play a lot of like bad guy characters with those rugged good looks. Does it bother you that you get cast as these bad guys, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. On Twitter, my bio says Chris Browning, the guy who died in that movie you like. And I would like to not die anymore. It'd be nice to get a lead in something and be a hero for a change. But yeah, I like doing bad guy parts, though. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's awesome. I think it's a lot of fun.
So I understand that you've worked with some big actors like Will Smith and Harrison Ford. Tell me a little bit about how was it working with them?
Well, there's always that thing where you hear about people and you wonder what they're going to be like when you really get to work with them, and the people that I've worked with are really cool. They're Will Smith, I worked with him on Bright and a Philly Kid. Yeah. And, he's just the most down to earth, grounded, humble guy. He's just amazing. And Christian Bale is an amazingly generous guy who taught me so much, taught me a lot. And he was just there. He was available to I asked him so many questions. I had him for like 5 weeks, and I got my money's worth out of that. And Harrison was a lot of fun. You know, that was another thing. It was like 2 months of just showing up and riding horses with Harrison Ford. So that was a lot of fun, and a tremendously nice guy.
I heard you have a couple of daughters. Would you ever, if they wanted to get into acting, would you allow it to happen? Would you encourage that in them?
Yeah, I mean, I've got 3 now. I've got Lydia, who's 10, and
Wow.
Elena, who's almost 8, and little baby Stella, who's 16 months now. And I would. Hopefully I will have enough of a name by then that they can get a little nepotism boost to their career. Don't have to go in the hard way like I've been. But
Do you have any upcoming projects that we should know about, Chris? Anything we should look for?
what do we got? There's a kind of a thriller, a movie called The Unhealer that I did with Adam Beach and Natasha Henstridge, and that's going to be that's a cool little movie about the supernatural powers that this kid who's been bullied gets, and
Cool.
it's a cool movie.
Before we let you go, I just want to know if acting has cured your fear of shyness.
Kind of.
All right. All right.
Yeah. I can speak in front of people usually, but doing what you guys do terrifies me.
Oh.
You know, being on talk shows, this just kind of makes me nervous because I have to be me, and I'm not as good at
Not
that.
somebody else.
No one wants that. No one wants
I
that.
didn't even get to tell you about Preston Borders.
We're going to have to watch to
We're
find
gonna have to
out.
watch it. Well, listen, Chris, thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show.
you.
All the best to you, and look forward to seeing you on the big screen.
Thank you.
Don't miss that handsome face.
Okay, guys, when we return, we will have the founders of The Style That Binds Us.
You don't want to miss this segment, as Mother's Day is right around the corner. Up next, we have must-haves for your mom. Everybody struggles with what to get mom for Mother's Day, and of course, all moms say the same thing. You don't have to get me
That's right.
anything. But of course, we're still gonna get them a gift.
Oh, Daryn, that is so true. Joining us is Alison Bruhn and Delia Folk, the co-founders of The Style That Binds Us. You know, you guys, you brought a lot of stuff here, and the mother and daughter team will explain why. How are you guys?
Welcome.
Thank you. We've worked really hard to bring y'all some special gifts.
Yeah, let's
the
start.
first
start.
one today is by a company called Box Fox, and this one is called Know Your Roots, which is perfect for a mom who gardens. I have
That's
a
right.
bag of lavender seeds, some gardening tools, hand cream, all this kind of stuff.
Right.
But you can also build your own, and they ship them anywhere. So that's really exciting.
That's awesome.
Okay, now we're going to think about you're treating your mother to a day at the beach, or maybe she's going to be by the pool. So, of course, she needs a book read.
Right, that's right.
That's so seamless there.
Thank you.
And so this book is called Ageless Beauty, The French Way. It is by Clémence Van Muffling, and her mother and grandmother were both beauty editors at French Vogue.
Whoa.
And she has her own beauty website called Beauty and Wellbeing.
Okay.
We have done a YouTube interview with her and podcast as well, so make sure to check that out to learn more. But everyone wonders, how do French women have that natural elegance?
Yes.
Well, the answer is in this
that book, right?
and we have both read it, so we can attest to that.
You guys look more elegant than Eraldo.
That I
and I.
know.
So clearly
No,
there's something
hands
in the book.
down,
Yes,
hands
hands down.
And these statement pieces are by Eric Javits. So this is hat and bag. The hats are from the Squishy collection. They have UPF 50, so you'll be protecting her from the sun.
Wow.
And he is all about down-to-earth glamour, which we love. So do you
Want
want
to try it on?
Yes,
I wanna see how
please.
glamorous I
You
am.
know you got to put it on, baby. Woo! Look at
babe.
that.
Oh,
nice.
Love. These lights are fine. Can I do the rest like this? I feel good. This is awesome. So light and easy and comfortable.
Yes. Yes.
And these shoes are by Lake, and so it was started by siblings. They have Greek heritage, and so they wanted to remake the classic Greek sandal.
That's right.
Yes, and
Simple.
so
Part Greek, so I completely
fabulous.
understand. That's right, yeah.
And they are exceptionally well made, handcrafted by artisans. So we're obsessed with them. They have rubber soles, and they also have an arch, so they're going to be super comfortable.
Got that right?
Great.
Frederick Furkai, let's talk about that, right?
Okay, great. And before we talk about Frederick, real quick, we'll talk about sunscreen for the
Oh,
beach.
yes.
So you have your book read, you have your fabulous sandals.
We got the
to
hat.
go to and from the
hats.
beach, and the hats and
Yep.
the beach bag. And you can't forget your sunscreen.
That's
This is
right.
Super Goop, which is getting all these awards. It's the sunscreen to have. It's super cool. They have
Cool.
things like extra moisturizers in them, or this one, this is my favorite. It's called Glow Stick. And you can put it on areas like your cheekbones, and it gives you a
Oh.
glow
Nice
while you're
glow.
also sun tanning.
Is it a
Island.
spray and a lotion?
Yeah, and this is actually a mousse. So
Okay.
they're doing all kinds of cool stuff.
kinds of
Every
things, right?
time they come up with all new things.
Wow.
And then we'll move to Bastide and Frederick Furkai, the
Yes.
celebrity hairstylist.
celebrity
he and his
hairstylist.
wife, Sharon, are dear, dear people, and they bought this brand. It's a 25-year-old brand
Mm-hmm.
from Aix-en-Provence in France, and that is where Frederick grew up. So the products have always been and still are made in Aix-en-Provence. They are made with locally sourced ingredients, so everything's all natural. It smells lovely.
Mm-hmm.
The oil that you see on the top, it smells like oranges. This particular one, you just spray it on, rub it on, and go. I mean,
that.
fast and efficient and totally pampering.
So the French know how to do it better than
They
us.
really,
Is that what you're
really
saying?
do. Yeah, so
I
after
figured. I figured.
Right.
We've got to talk about these. They're just
Yeah.
amazing.
Colorful
looking.
and beautiful.
Colorful and beautiful.
Yeah.
So whoever wants
Yes.
to talk about them?
So now it's time for a night out on the town. We're
Yeah.
going out for dinner with your Jeffrey Levinson handbag. Now his experience is in finance, science, and luxury cars. So all of
I
that
could tell.
created these products. And so they have all sorts of colors, as you can see here, different sizes depending on the size of your phone, for example. And when your phone is inside, it can still receive a signal,
How
which
about
is
them?
so important. Yes, and we also did a YouTube and podcast interview with him. So learn more about him on our channel.
The finish is so
Does
lovely.
it recharge your phone too? That's a nice idea, right?
Yeah, that would be great. That's probably next.
It's probably
That's
next,
it.
right?
Yes, yes.
2.0.
Good idea, right?
Yeah.
We are obsessed with sweets,
Of
and so we
course. Who
thought,
isn't, right?
Who isn't? So might as well end the day with some Godiva chocolates. Of course, you can eat chocolates all throughout the day as well, if you
right.
wish.
I like your thinking.
I like what you
I
definitely like your
this.
thinking.
And so all of this can be found on our website, thestylethatbindsus.com, on the latest section. So we will have a post about the Unplugged segment.
Oh,
so you
great.
can get all of that there. And also on the shop section, we're going to have a Mother's Day gift guide for the pieces that we couldn't cover today.
So
Right.
what are you guys wearing today? Because
It's-
again,
it's amazing.
so
beautiful.
bright, so colorful, perfect for TV. We should have done this.
Yeah, we should have. I should have done my
You're wearing
homework.
yellow
Yeah, I
next
know.
time.
I'm wearing yellow, of course.
Is this also on your website? Can we find that there? Like, talk a little bit about this.
Yes, definitely. So the clothes that we're wearing today, thank you, Cynthia Rowley, for offering for us to wear them. And this color in particular is going to be a huge color for spring and fall. It's kind of the mustardy, sunshiny yellow that brightens up anybody's complexion.
So
yeah,
quickly, the
this is
style that binds us. How did it come up really quickly? The idea of it, and where's it headed? Where
Delia, you wanna
Go ahead.
tell?
Go ahead,
Sure,
Delia.
so we're a mother-daughter duo,
Yes.
and she is a stylist based in Birmingham, Alabama, but has clients up and down the East Coast, all over, and I was on the buying team at Barney's. And so
Excellent.
we decided to come together and create a YouTube channel, podcast, website,
Wow.
all of these things. So
Is there any male products on your site at all?
sure, we will definitely get into that soon.
Aldo feels left out. I'm just
I
trying to
know.
help.
I know, and
him.
people ask this, and there's a lot of unisex things. These products
Yes.
are definitely that.
I'm gonna get him a bag.
Yeah, get him a bag.
The purple one is good.
Yes,
Yep.
the purple, the lavender one.
The lavender one.
for you. Or we could get it custom made with your picture on it.
Ladies,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
guys
for
so
being
much
on the
for
show. It was
having
a
me.
pleasure
That's so
having
fun.
you. We'll
Bright
see you real
rays
soon.
of sunshine. I loved it.
Okay, guys, stick around. After the break, we have pop culture extraordinaire and podcast host Anthony Lario.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Joining us now is friend to the show, Anthony Lario, a.k.a. Uncle Tony. Tony is the host of Tony's Tea Corner podcast.
There's always a lot going on in the celeb world, from Jordan Wood's scandal to Lisa Vanderpump to Lucy Apple Juicy. I know too much about this scandal. But before we dive in, let me congratulate you on your podcast once again, charting in the top 50 on iTunes.
Congrats.
Thank you. You know what? I really appreciate it. I'm so happy to be back here. Love Unplugged.
I feel like you should do the Queen wave, you know,
Right
like the where you were
here.
just
Well,
like.
the Queen does drink a lot of tea.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Talk to me about your podcast. So what are you covering these days? Let's talk about the Jordan Wood scandal. Why do
Yeah.
I need to care about this?
We need to care about it again because the theme that it all comes back to is catharsis. We've talked about that. We know it. We need
Amen.
this stuff.
Yes.
We need this to make our days better. And you
Right.
know what? The thing that's so awesome about Tony's Tea Corner, and I got to thank all my amazing guests that come on, is I don't want them to just come on and talk about what's happening in the news at that moment.
Right.
Right.
We need to dive into them personally. We need to figure out what makes them laugh, and it's going to make
Right.
us laugh, and then we're all laughing together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And your Instagram actually has grown quite a bit.
Yes.
How does that correlate with the true Tony?
Here's the thing. I find these days. I know I'm like a doppelganger from Twin Peaks.
I know, you're
It's like-
Gemini. You must be. Yeah, you are Twin Peaks.
But here's the thing. I find every day that Uncle Tony and Anthony are the same person. It really, true to the core, it's the same sense of humor. And I find that Instagram, so many of my fans and friends, they come in, they want to know what's going on in my life with my family and my friends. We're so lucky to be able to have the option of turning on Instagram Live or
Right.
your Instagram story and just being like, this is what's going on right now. If you don't have time to record a podcast and then release it the next day, it's old news.
Absolutely.
So when the Jordan Wood scandal broke,
Oh, boy.
I had to pull over on the side of my the road, got out my phone. I'm like, what is happening? How is this happening? So that's kind of the whole Instagram persona carrying over to the podcast.
Just so I'm up to date,
Yeah.
as well as Eraldo.
As me, yeah.
What is the state of the union with Jordan Woods?
The state.
Chloe's still, is she not a part of the family anymore?
Here's my whole thing.
Yeah,
Please,
just
The
tell us.
tea was very, very hot on this.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been left out. The milk curdled a little bit.
Okay.
Everything's, but it will
Gross.
forever be a little bit gross. Kind of like the whole situation. But what's happening now is the tides are turning a bit. People are becoming Team Jordan. At first, it was everybody was against Jordan. Everybody was Team Chloe, and then Chloe sent out a large amount of tweets that were less
Right.
than tasteful about Jordan.
Some were cryptic, though.
Right.
Some were very
Yeah, yeah,
cryptic.
Some were
yeah.
cryptic.
But she's the queen of subtweeting.
Yes.
She's the queen of
That's what they
subtweeting.
say, Eraldo.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I'm telling you that right
How
now.
hot is Lucy Apple Juicy?
Oh, Daryn.
Ooh, come
okay.
on. You know
my
about
life.
that.
This is going to be a
That's
master
right.
class in Bravo for Eraldo.
Yeah, we need
Please.
we really do need slight music over
Yeah,
this.
we really
yes.
do. A tiny violin.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Lucy Apple Juicy Gate. This is like the
Right.
big thing on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills right now.
right.
And people are really in two different teams. You're
Yeah.
either team Lisa Vanderpump, who in
Right.
my opinion is the queen of housewives, like everywhere.
Right.
And then there's team everybody else.
Right.
So you pick a side. And personally, I'm on team Lisa Vanderpump. I think that Dorit should have told Lisa,
Right.
I want to give you the dog back. Something happened.
Right.
And it's a shame how it all went down. But here's the thing, whether it be the Jordan Wood scandal or whether it be the Housewives scandal, we know that they're all going to be friends again.
Eventually.
You know what I mean?
Of course, this is just kind of
Right.
like,
Yeah,
it could
we-
be a PR
Yeah, right.
stunt,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
we
Just to
just
get
know.
people.
I got it, yeah.
Do you pre-interview your guests? Like, do they know what you're going to talk about, or do you like to keep it super spontaneous?
You know what? I like to let them know beforehand.
Okay.
I want this to be casual. I don't even like calling it an interview because I feel like calling it an interview feels reductive of
Right.
what it actually is. It's a
too proper,
conversation.
right? It feels
yeah,
proper,
it's
right?
proper. I want you to feel like we're doing right now, just having a glass of wine or a glass of tea. We're just chatting. And so if they have something that they don't want to talk about,
Right.
or that they can't talk about because the show is currently still filming or airing, then of course I abide by
You don't
those.
push it.
I don't push it. But I want it to feel authentic.
Yeah.
And I want it to be authentic because if I'm not feeling it's authentic, it won't come off as
Right.
authentic.
Right.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Varsity Blues thing that it's been on the news constantly.
They're going to jail.
What is happening here?
The first thing I said was we need the FBI involved, and they are involved.
Well, yeah,
So
I
this
guess
is
so. You
called it.
Operation Varsity Blues. Okay, we need criminal minds on this because over 50 people were charged. how is this happening and how has this not been uncovered before?
Right.
And I need a Hallmark movie with Lori Loughlin
That's a great idea,
playing
actually.
herself in the movie about this whole scandal.
Wow.
And also, I'm sure you've heard all the rumblings. People want Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman on The Housewives.
Yeah.
they
Ooh.
They want
I
them.
mean, listen, if they
You
could
know
keep up
better.
with the Lucy apple juicy scandal,
yeah.
then they deserve it
mean,
for
yes.
sure.
This is bigger than any of that. And, you know, it's a very sad situation, but these are the type of pop culture items that the tea is always going to be hot on because
course.
it's something that we have no foreseeable end to it. There's no foreseeable future to this situation. So it's going to be keep on keeping on. And I want to see those crew pictures that they staged of the girls and make them my timeline on
Oh,
Facebook.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Pretending to be really involved.
Yes.
Are there certain subjects on your podcast that you won't talk about? Do you ever get into politics? Do you talk about the Mueller report? You know, I mean, that's kind of everyone's, what's on everyone's mind. Do you shy away?
I feel as though I won't shy away if somebody else brings it up.
Okay.
And here's the thing, pop culture and politics are both so important, and sometimes I even feel like pop culture can be more important than politics because it affects what we think about political candidates and political ideas. So if there is a way to mesh the two together and have the underlying effect of it be comedy, then of course I'll go for it. I haven't really done it yet. I've gone on other podcasts and talked politics, but not really on mine yet. You know, I have people from all different generations coming on and talking, so people have different points of views. And that's what it's all about, is, you know, getting that catharsis through talking to people that disagree with you, whether,
You need Eraldo on.
I
Just
would
talk
love to
about
come on.
housewives.
Oh my
Only
God.
housewives.
Yes,
It's his
yeah.
forte.
Yeah, that
His
is,
forte.
that was his major in college.
I
That's
know.
true. I know. I
I
never
know.
told anybody but him,
Housewives.
but
Yeah,
now he knows.
exactly.
Anthony,
Thank you
thank
so
you so
much.
much for
Thanks
being
for having
here.
me. I love you
Excited to
guys.
listen.
Yeah,
Excited
for
to
sure.
listen.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Anthony. Again, and thanks to all of our guests for being here, and thanks to all of you for watching.
And remember, let's continue our conversation on social media. We look forward to hearing from you. And please share with us any topics or guests you would like to see on the show. Have a great weekend.
The preceding was sponsored by